There is a poem by Berta Hart Nance that declares, "Other states were carved or born. Texas grew from hide and horn." This was certainly true of the 1870s. But what hide and horn? The wild cattle that populated the brush country of South Texas were descendants of the old Creole cattle brought to the region during the Spanish and Mexican period. Beef cattle had flourished at the missions, haciendas, and ranchos of that part of Texas. Southern cattle came across the Sabine with American settlers as well. All these breeds of cattle proved hardy and came to be called longhorns because of their oversized hooks. They were rangy, and they did not fatten like some other breeds of cattle, but they also did well on long drives. Moving these animals 10 to 15 miles a day affected them very little, and they maintained their vitality. Cattlemen could safely deliver these rugged animals to the railroad corrals in Kansas, where they could be shipped to the feedlots and slaughterhouses of Chicago. Texas cattle turned into Chicago steaks and began to feed Northerners. The economics of a typical cattle drive were astounding. If free cattle could not be had, cheap cattle could be purchased for about $5 a head south of San Antonio. Buyers in Kansas would pay about $40 a head. What's that mean in present-day dollars? It is the equivalent of buying an animal for as little as $100 and selling it for more than $750. Herds routinely numbered between 2,000 and 3,000 animals. So, a successful drive might earn the owner of all those cattle more than $1.5 million in 1870 money, or about $3 million in today's money. That was a big motivation to drive cattle up the trail. It was big business. What about all the cowboys doing the work? Most of the time, the owners of the livestock were not the ones conducting the drive. Instead, they hired it done. Cowboys earned about $100 in the course of a drive, or about $2,500 today, for 3 months on the trail. What kind of people are attracted to $2,000 in hard money after 3 months of hard work? Well, they tended to be young, an average between 16 and 19 years old. Also, cowboying was an attractive job for African Americans or others with limited economic outlets. The typical trail driving crew was about a dozen men. The trail boss headed the operation. Most of the times he was with the herd, but he would also go ahead of the herd to scout the route and locate buyers. He served as the business agent in the saddle. The ramrod handled the crew and served as foreman. The cook, or cochinero, kept everybody fed and happy. 2 cowboys would ride in front or on point, 2 more rode on either flank, while 2 trailed, called riding drag. 2 others would wrangle the remuda, the spare horses. Cowboys rode 2 or 3 horses a day while on the drive, allowing each animal to be rested and rotated. A cow driving outfit might have nearly 50 horses coming along as well, including the teams drawing the supply wagons or later a chuck wagon. Cowboys had to be resourceful, brave, and clever during those very long days of pushing cattle some 10 to 15 miles up the trail. They had to be self-reliant. They got paid in hard money, gold and silver. When they arrived at a town along their route, they often cut loose. Young men, away from the civilizing influence of women and families, led to the creation of hell towns. places where gunplay was frequent and plenty of vices available. Even so, these very resourceful young men became the epitome of Texas in the late 19th century.